in a traditional business where receivables didn't come in, and it went bankrupt. And I had, April and I have high school educations. All our boys went to college and got degrees, but we had high school educations. And, I had been self-employed for about, I guess, maybe 13 years at that time. And, number one, I didn't even know if I could get a job, but if I could, I didn't want one. I'd become accustomed to, just being self-employed and doing things where 100% of what I did benefited my family. And I wanted to keep that situation. And we got introduced, to a company 27 years ago. They were promoting water filters. And I invited myself to a meeting. And, long story short, we ended up meeting a person that became our mentor in that industry. And we had 25 good years. And even though it ended badly, it actually ended good because it got us here. And believe me, folks, and I'm going to go through this with you over the next few minutes, you could not be in a better place. And I'm telling you, this for us, for me and April, this is God's doing. We had never heard of LifeVantage. We'd never heard of Protandem or the Vitality Stack or anything about this company. And here we are. And it was a fabulous year. I mean, absolutely fabulous year. And you got to listen closely, okay? I'm going to share the opportunity with you today, but you got to listen to Dr. Declan, Dr. McKee, and Tom Williamson and Gloria, the people that are going to be speaking to you today. You're going to be amazed at what you have stepped into, okay? And more importantly, and maybe, most importantly, is not only are you going to be amazed at what you stepped into, but the responsibility and the opportunity that you've accepted to share it with others. Okay, so let me get started with LifeVantage, okay? To me, it's the greatest opportunity in the world today. And I used to say in the United States, but it's not. It's a global opportunity. There's nothing better. There's nothing that requires less investment, okay, or startup capital, whatever you want to call it, that provides greater opportunity than LifeVantage. But, we didn't start, okay? We did not start as a network marketing company. We started as a biotech company, and we were the leaders and are the leaders in the science of nutrigenomics. Okay, but something funny happened. They had this little yellow pill named Protandem, and they had it on store shelves in the early 2000s, and nobody knew what it did because the science was so advanced and nobody could explain it. And it wasn't until that they used the person-to-person marketing of network marketing and got out of that retail world and got into the person-to-person world and shared that information the right way that the company took off like crazy, okay? Now listen to what on the Today Show, the latest trend in nutrition isn't a fad diet or a newly discovered supplement, it's your DNA. And on Fox News, nutrigenomics is changing everything. We once thought we were powerless in an area over which we have at least some control. Now the ability to use nutrition to affect our genes means we're no longer at the mercy of our DNA. Think about that for a second, okay? All of us always thought it was our DNA, man. We blamed everything on our DNA. Well, my mother was that way. My father was that way. My grandfather was that way. My great-grand. We always blamed it on our DNA. And you know what? We can't blame it on that anymore. Nutrigenomics, okay, is right now it's a multi-billion-dollar market, but it's going to be a $17 billion market by 2023. So you're talking, and this is market research future saying this. This ain't me saying this. So you're talking about new science that the world doesn't even know about, that you have an opportunity not only to use, but to take advantage of and start sharing with the people that mean the most to you, okay? So I'm not going to get specific with the products because you're going to hear a lot about the products from some of the speakers that are following me today. But I want you to understand what you have. okay? And this is so important because the key to this business is passion and energy and excitement. It's not knowledge. And if you will wrap your arms around these categories and these products and be passionate about it and energetic and enthusiastic, then you don't need to know anything but what you already know, okay? And you will do great in this business. So we're a $500 billion plus industry. The categories that we represent, the anti-aging categories, over 300 billion. The skincare categories, over 120 billion. Pet care, and we love our pets, man, everybody does, and we do anything for them. April and I spend tens of thousands of dollars to keep our pets going, you know, happier and longer and healthier, and you know, it's an amazing industry, and we have a phenomenal pet product. We have Smart Energy in our Axio product line, Brain Food. Now, I'll hit on that in a second. And of course, weight loss, and it's New Year's. You know the resolutions that were made out there. But not only that, we just added hair care, okay? We just added hair care. Brand, it just went online. We had it a couple months ago. We sold out in 3 days. It just came back in inventory. But think about this. In 3 days, we sold $1.3 million of this new True Science, you know, shampoo, scalp conditioner, and scalp serum and conditioner. This is another $87 billion industry. So that 500 plus billion is now 600 plus billion. And it's a new category. Okay, we're now into that hair care, you know, category, and look at the opportunities that opens up. You know, it's not another pill or another drink. Everybody washes their hair. Everybody wants shiny, smooth hair. Everybody wants to keep the hair they got or try and get some of it back if it's down the drain. I mean, it's amazing. And I'm telling you, I never would have dreamed I'd be involved, you know, with promoting a hair care line. But man, look at my head. You know, I mean, I laugh when I see this. Before I started using it, after 10 days, after a month, and then April's got to do another picture today because it's 2 months now. You know, it's amazing what the company is giving us as far as tools go with the products. Now, I'm not going to talk about this because my good friend, Dr. Moshe Dekel, is following me. I'm not sure if he's next or two after me, but this is something that you just need to keep in mind, okay? As Dr. Moshe Dekel explains this later. We have the #1 product in the world. And that's not me saying it, okay? Yeah, you can say, well, Bobby, you're biased, you're marketing it, and that's true, and I am, okay? But this is the 2018 Stevie Award winner product. There were 3,900 product entries. They came from 74 countries, and we won. And this is called the Vitality Stack. And it begins with the 2 Pro Tandems, and then the Omega and the probiotic got added to that. And listen closely to Dr. Dekel. This is what put the company on the map, folks. This is what brought the company to being a publicly traded company. And he's going to do a great job telling you what it does and how it does it and why you absolutely need to be on it. But the Axio is another line. You know, I'd mentioned this, the smart food or smart drink line. You know, it's amazing what people are looking for and desire when it comes to, you know, brain food, okay? I mean, you know the industry of Red Bull, you know the industry of Monster, you know the 5-hour energies. What if you really had a brain food, you know, that worked and you know, got rid of that mental fatigue and that brain fog and increased positive mood, and it was clean, okay? Low calorie, low carb, vegan, okay? And you had both decaf and caffeine options. Man, I'm telling you, we got, you know, our youngest son was a baseball player. He wouldn't go on the field without drinking this stuff. It was amazing. It's something that, you know, we use every day and, you know, absolutely love, okay? Weight loss, okay? And again, I'm not sure if someone's going to go into detail with this, but we have a cleanse, a probiotic, a fat burner, and a shake, okay? And I can tell you I'm doing a lot now with the, personally, adding the fat burn and the shake to my regular routine, but look at the science on this. 254% greater reduction over placebo when it comes to reducing abdominal fat. Okay, 262% greater results over placebo in the reduction of hip size. Okay, 263% greater than placebo with reduction of waist size. Okay, I mean, I can't say this word too good. Lipolytic effect, I guess, lipolysis, almost 1,000% greater release over placebo. So this is a phenomenal line. And again, just one of the categories that we represent as a company. Now, the True Science, where I talked about the hair care, it's also a beauty system, okay? And look at the before and after from day 1 to day 60 on this lady's face. I mean, just amazing products in this line. And I know not only do I use it, but my wife is a big fan of it, and all her girlfriends. I mean, just really great product line utilizing that NRF2 activation that we're using in the Protandim. Okay, this is the pet product that I talked about, and everybody wants to, you know, be a part of that and take better care of their, you know, of their animals. And what a market. There's so many veterinarians sharing this with their, you know, with their clients, and just the average person that wants their dog to live longer. I mean, just a absolutely great product. But let me get into the business part of this, because I think common sense will tell you that we are a $200+ million company now. So the fact that we've been in business over 9 years, okay, and, you know, are a $200+ million annual revenue company would tell you that the products probably work. You know, they're probably something, you know, that you should consider. Well, I mentioned before, they were being sold retail in 2003. ABC Primetime did an investigative report to try and prove that they didn't work. And that led to a lot of media attention. It got the ball rolling. But we switched from the retail model to the exclusivity of direct sales. Okay? By going into direct sales, that led to us becoming publicly traded on the NASDAQ. And listen to this, folks. If you don't think your timing is good, okay, in the last year, you know, 2018 was our first year in the business. We got started very late in 17, so that was our first full year. The stock tripled, almost quadrupled in value during 2018. Okay, we have amazing leadership in the company. You know, the leadership team, being head up by Darren Jensen, is just doing amazing things. And Darren put his own team in place. Darren has been a successful CEO in other network marketing companies. He's got about 30 years experience. But here's what you need to know about Darren and his amazing team, okay? He has taken 2 other network marketing companies that were about $100 million a year annual revenue companies to over $1 billion in annual revenue. Okay, he has taken 2 other companies that were doing business just in the United States or maybe 1 or 2 other countries to over 100 countries. Okay, and that is the leadership that is in place with this company. And man, it couldn't be better than what we got. Okay, now, what are we all about? I mean, let's think about this for a second. Look at the economy that we're dealing with, and they're calling it a gig economy. They're saying there's a lot of people that are doing a side hustle or have other gigs that they do. What they're saying is for, you know, for decades and decades and decades, people went to, you know, they go to school, go to college, get a job, stay there 30, 40 years, retire, and then, you know, probably get a part-time job to supplement their retirement. But it's not like that anymore. People are doing multiple things. They have gigs. They're not so concerned about a job where they do one thing and spend 30, 40, 50 years there. They're doing multiple things. So here's my question to you, okay? LifeVantage is an Uber kind of company. It's an Airbnb kind of company. It's a Facebook kind of company. It's an Amazon kind of company. Now, if I told you, okay, But, you know, in the beginning, when Uber was first getting going, or Airbnb was just getting going, or Facebook or Amazon was just getting going, that, hey, these are going to be big deals. You need to invest in them now. Like most people, you probably would have said, well, I'll wait and see. Okay. And all of a sudden they become billion, and some of these companies are close to $1 trillion companies. And they, you know, we would have missed it. Generally, people don't act on something that's not proven. Okay. But if I asked you today, would you have done it? You say, oh yeah, I would have done it. Look at what they're doing now. Well, that's where LifeVantage is. Okay. LifeVantage is going to be one of these kind of companies, and you know about it in advance. Okay, and you don't need to invest thousands and thousands or tens or hundreds or millions to get started in the business. It's very, very easy to get started and very affordable. And you got a chance to do business like these companies, okay? It's an online business. It's something you do from a smartphone, from an iPad, from a laptop, from social media, using YouTube. It's one of the coolest businesses you'll ever own. But the thing I love most about it is it's portable. Man, it goes with me. Okay, I'm not a prisoner to a location or an office or a place or a building or a retail establishment. I'm free to go anywhere at any time and do business anywhere in the world. And it's an awesome feeling. You know, right now, I keep losing track because they're happening so fast, but we're doing business in 12 or 15 countries, getting ready to go into 7 or 8 more. I mean, it's amazing the opportunity that exists globally for biohackers, for nutrigenomics, and the demand out there in the marketplace. And you say, yeah, Bob, but you know, I don't know anybody in any of these countries. Yeah, but people you know do. Man, you know, I didn't know Gabe and Jill. Okay, I'd never heard of LifeVantage. And it didn't matter. And now we got thousands of people in our business, and our business is spreading out around the world. So other people know people. And that's the kind of business that you have an opportunity to own. And like I said, we have a proven system. Here's what I like about our system. Man, it's proven and you can't deny it. Okay. It's just a great system. But what you get to do is add your personal skills or background to the system. So like I said, this is a social sharing business. We do a lot of stuff on social media, and we do it from our phone or our laptop, okay? LifeVantage has its own app that allows us to share the business, share the shopping cart, share everything easily in 30 seconds or 60 seconds, just the way you and I have gotten accustomed to texting people, okay? It's very easy to stay in constant contact with your team. There's all kinds of regional, you know, and corporate trainings available like today. And hats off to Jill and Gabe. They were the very first in the world at LifeVantage to start doing these virtual Saturdays. And I'm very appreciative for it. But this is a business where you take control and you do it on your own terms. And all the tools have been provided to you. Very simple, easy shopping cart to use. A shareable shopping cart. I mean, think about this, ladies. You meet somebody in the salon, you know, or your stylist saying your hair looks great, and you can just tap on your phone and send them a video on that hair care you're using with a link to your shopping cart. It's click, 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 and you're doing business. It's an amazing opportunity. It's not like the old days where you're sitting in a hotel room at a Holiday Inn for 2.5, 3 hours and somebody's doing a timeshare closing on you. It's not like that anymore, man. It's so easy and politically correct to do. And the timing, okay? You know, look, you've heard this before. You know, they say timing is everything in business. Okay, it is. And we have an opportunity, all of us, and we shouldn't take this for granted. We are in LifeVantage, or have a chance to start our LifeVantage business, okay, before the momentum hits. Because see, when the momentum hits, man, that's when the majority of people get involved. And we're getting ready over the next few years to go through momentum. And that's when a $200 million company becomes $1 billion company. And you have a chance to ride that wave and be a part of that. And normally you find out after the fact. You don't find out beforehand. And you really need to thank the person who told you about this, because you now know in advance. Okay, now how do you make money? Okay, and this will probably be touched upon, but there's 8 different ways we get paid. But to me, the most important one, and I'll use my arrow here to circle, we have an opportunity to earn 40% on everything that we do personally in the form of new customers and bringing in new distributors, and that gets paid weekly, okay? We have an opportunity to get paid royalty commissions, residual income, that's monthly. We have a chance to get matching check bonuses with our distributors, that's monthly. We have a chance to get involved in a global revenue sharing pool right down here where I'm circling, where 4% of the global revenue is shared among the Pro 7s, the Pro 8s, the Pro 9s, and the Pro 10s. Hey, there's 10 pros in the business, Pro 1 to Pro 10, and there's even a couple after that, but we have a chance to do that. There's a car program called My Life Venture. You see that beautiful Jeep, okay? April and I, we just qualified for it in October, and they're getting ready to deliver it. We just got pictures of it as they were customizing it yesterday. So there's all kinds of ways to earn money in this business, but basically all you're doing, you're creating a network of consumers or customers, and then you're creating a network of distributors, and those are the folks that, you know, have a desire to earn money and change your lifestyle. Now, you don't have to take my word on any of this as far as revenue and earnings and income goes. Remember I said we're publicly traded? So you can just look us up on Yahoo Finance and look at the monthly averages of the monies being earned by the different ranks of people in this company, okay? And I always say, look at the middle class here, okay? Between Pro 3 and Pro 6, between $600 a month and $6,000 a month, I'm telling you, those are life-changing figures for 90% of the people out there. And then, of course, the bigger dollars are available also for those that really want to make a change in what's going on and challenge themselves to be the best that they can be. So the only thing you're going to need to decide when today is over, okay, is do you want to be a customer of these phenomenal products, or do you want to start a business, use the products, but give the company an opportunity to pay you when you share the information with other people? And that's all the opportunity is. See, being a customer is great, but why not let the company pay you when you happen to say something or share something with somebody and they decide to use it? So you can start your business for as little as $350 up to $1,250, okay? And all you're doing is giving the company permission to deposit a check into your account when you brag about that product that you love. And last but not least, okay, as I said earlier, the company has all kinds of amazing corporate people running it. They put all kinds of incentives together, and we've already qualified for 3 or 4 trips, but Ireland is the next trip. They're going to give you an opportunity to travel. They're going to give you an opportunity to drive a vehicle that you want to drive, and they give you an opportunity to change the things that you desire to change in your life.